Hey everyone, so I'm going to do another roller derby video, and this is about all the wheels that I have. I'm not an expert about wheels, but I mean the ones that I have and I've used, I can tell you what I like about them, what kind of floors I like to use on them, and yeah, give you advice that way. But there's tons of information online about wheels, and I mean it's all personal preference. What one person likes, somebody else might not like, so it's kind of wheels are kind of a tricky thing. It's kind of what you kind of like the feeling of, because I know they say that, you know, the more you weigh, the harder the wheels you can use, but for me, like I'm not a light skater, but I find that I don't like to slide, and the harder wheels I slide around quite a bit, so I tend to use the softer wheels a lot, which is kind of weird because I shouldn't be sliding, but I do. So yeah, so I'm going to do this based on the wheels that I have and give you the information that I know about them. Start with my hardest wheels and kind of make my way down to the softest wheels I have. So these are Jukes. These are 97, which is 97 is kind of the number of how hard the wheel is. The higher the number, the harder the wheel, the lower the number, the softer the wheel kind of deal. And these are 38 millimeters in width, so they're slim wheels, and I have 3 other pairs of wheels that are the same width. I have quite a few. The majority of my wheels are the thinner ones, which I tend to really like just for maneuverability. I mean, you do lose a little bit of stability in that when you switch over to the thinner one, and a little bit of speed as well, because I find the wider wheels, they allow for more push, so you can get more speed going. But for these, they're better for like stopping or having to like move around and get around people. The thinner ones to me feel a lot better, but you are losing a little bit of the speed and stability in that. So it's kind of a tricky kind of thing. So these, I've honestly only used them once. They're pretty much like brand new, so I don't really have a lot to say about these. A lot of people really like them. I know the floor that I'm skating on now is a wood floor, and a lot of the girls use these. So I'm trying to make my way up to using the harder wheels, because I'm used to skating on coated concrete, and it was like a slicker kind of floor, so I'm used to using my soft wheels. So I've even been using those on the wood floor, which feels really slow to me. I feel like I have to work a lot harder to move, so I'm trying to transition myself into these harder wheels. So yeah, those are the Jukes. And then next ones I have in hardness. The next set of wheels are these little pink ones. These are Radars. All the writing has pretty much worn off on all my wheels. These were like the first pair of wheels. I mean, these, I've replaced them since, but the first pair of wheels on the first pair of skates I ever wore were these, which was on a wood floor. So I've used these quite a bit. I also used these in the last place I used to live. We had it was like a coated concrete, but it was kind of like a plasticky, so it was very grippy, so I used these wheels quite a bit, and they are a lot thicker than the other ones. These ones I believe are 44s. No, 49. These are 49 millimeters, so they're quite a bit thicker than like Zodiacs. These are the Zodiacs, or the Jukes. So they're definitely a bit thicker, and they also have this kind of indentation, which is supposed to make you go faster or something. I don't know. I really love these wheels, and I love using them on the coated concrete floor that I used to skate on. I got a lot of speed from these, but then I've noticed I was using these on the wood floor here, and I feel like, yeah, there's just sticking a little bit too much than I would like, and I have to work a little bit too hard to kind of get up to speed and keep maintaining my speed. So, and then the next ones, so my next ones are blue Zodiacs. These are 93A is the hardness. I don't know if I said the hardness on these. These are 94s. So they're not that much different than these, other than these ones are slims. I just had these ones re-grooved because they had some really nasty flat spots on them, so I haven't tried them since. So I'm hoping I'm going to try them at practice tomorrow and see how they're re-grooving, if it fixed them. So hopefully it did, because I love these wheels. I feel like I have a lot of maneuverability with them. I feel like I get good speed with them. I really love these on like sport court. I really like them. They have like just the right amount of grip and maneuverability and speed. So I really, really enjoy the Zodiacs. And then the next ones, which these I haven't had for that long, these are Super G's with, which the one thing about these is the writing that's on them basically comes off like the first time. You just like rub it and all the writing comes, I guess it doesn't really matter, but all the writing comes off of them. So these are 88. So these are soft wheels. They say these, you can use them, like I was using them on like a concrete, it was like a smooth concrete, and they worked really well. They say you can use these outside, but I don't really like to use like nice wheels outside because they're gonna get wrecked. But yeah, for smooth concrete, these worked really well. I had been using them on the wood floor too, which they were pretty good too, but again, they were kind of a little bit too sticky for my liking. But yeah, definitely on smooth concrete, they work really, really well. And then the next one, these ones are on my skates. These are Stingers, and these are also 88As. They are the same as these guys, as the Super Gs. These ones are a little bit taller, but they're the same width, but they're taller than these guys. And these have a little bit more grip than the Stingers, which is nice. So these I really like. There's a wood floor. There's two different wood floors I skate on here. One of them's kind of is a very smooth wood floor, and the other one's a little bit of an older floor, so it's not as smooth as the other one. So I've been using these on that floor, the Stingers, and I've liked them. I mean, the wood floor is a little bit, the older floor is a little bit slicker than the other one, the newer one that I've been skating on. So for the wood floors, I've been really liking that on the one that has like a little bit more slide. I don't slide at all. I get good speed. I have good maneuverability because these again are slim. These are skinnier. They are a little bit taller, but they're definitely slimmer than all the other wheels. And then my last one, which these are all my indoor skates, but indoor wheels, these are Poisons. Poisons are great for any kind of slick surface. In the old place I used to live in Louisiana, they had a floor that was coated concrete, but the stuff that they put on was like, it looked like glass. It was super shiny, very slippery, like unbelievably slippery. And if that floor got like a little bit dirty, I would even slide a little bit with these. Where these I've never really had slid on any floor other than that when it was dirty. But otherwise, these grip really, really well. I really want to get the slim ones. They have a slim version of these. They're called Venoms, I believe. So I really want to get those because I love Poisons. These ones are just a little bit, these are the thicker ones. They're the same width as the Radars, which I've kind of been switching over to the thinner wheels because I just like the feeling of them better. But I mean, for any beginner skater, the best wheels to start off with are definitely, well, it all depends on what kind of surface you're skating on too. But I mean, Poisons are a great wheel. These are also like hybrid wheels, so you're supposed to be able to use them outside. Again, I don't like to use my expensive wheels outside. I do have another set of wheels that are Atom Pulse wheels, and those I use outside. They're 78A is the hardness, sorry. And those ones are really nice. They're very smooth outside. You don't feel a lot of bumps, so they're great for outside like trail skating or whatever. I just got those couple months ago too, and I've worn them outside quite a few times, and I really, really like them. They're very nice and smooth. But yeah, they say that you can use these outside as well. But again, beginner skaters, depending on what kind of floor you're skating on, Poisons are great, Stingers are great. It all depends on your weight as well. I mean, wheels are so hard because it's, again, like I said, it's a personal preference. What works for one person might not work for someone else. One person might like the thicker wheels, one person might like the thinner wheels. But I mean, to me, I started off when I was a beginner using the thicker wheels more for stability because, you know, you're not as good on your feet when you're first starting, so it's nice to have that extra stability and worry about working on speed later. I mean, you do get a lot of speed, but the maneuverability part you don't really have to worry about until you have your footwork down. So definitely, like, Poisons are great. I don't think they make these as much anymore, the Radar Speed Rays. I don't know if they're kind of getting rid of them. They're not as easy to find, but I mean, I really like these as well for stability. But yeah, definitely Poisons are great depending on what floor. I mean, if you're on a slick floor, you definitely want Poisons. If you're on a stickier floor, you'll definitely want a harder wheel, something like this. That's a 94. You would definitely want something like that. And then, I mean, once you get more stable on your feet and kind of get used to maneuvering, then you can kind of get into like the harder wheels or decide if you like the thinner wheels better. But yeah, as a beginner, I would definitely start with the thicker kind of wheels. So yeah, that is all the wheels I have, which is kind of a lot. I think I have like 7 pairs of wheels. I have a wheel obsession, and I still want to get another pair. I want strokers, which I believe are like 98s, which I should probably use my Jukes, which are the 97s, and get used to using those on a wood floor, which I think I'm going to change my wheels and try it out on the wood floor at practice tomorrow. So we'll see. Either I'm going to do my Zodiacs. I really want to try because I just had them re-grooved, which is another thing that's really great. The skating rink that we skate at, they do it there. So if you get a flat spot on your wheel, or just, you know, the grooves get worn off, you can, like these are getting worn, you can always get them re-grooved, which is nice, and it's almost like having a new pair of wheels again. So yeah, that's everything. I hope this was helpful somewhat. I mean, if you guys have any questions about any roller derby type stuff, wheels, equipment, if you want to learn more, if you have any questions about like my gear or helmet or whatever, you can just send me a message or leave me a comment on this video, or if there's a certain video request you want me to do, just let me know, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much. Hey everyone, so I'm going to do another roller derby video, and this is about all the wheels that I have. I'm not an expert about wheels, but I mean, the ones that I have and I've used, I can tell you what I like about them, what kind of floors I like to use on them, and yeah, give you advice that way. But there's tons of information online about wheels, and I mean, it's all personal preference. What one person likes, somebody else might not like, so it's kind of, wheels are kind of a tricky thing. It's kind of what you kind of like the feeling of, because I know they say that, you know, the more you weigh, the harder the wheels you can use, but for me, like, I'm not a light skater, but I find that I don't like to slide, and the harder wheels I slide around quite a bit, so I tend to use the softer wheels a lot, which is kind of weird because I shouldn't be sliding, but I do. So yeah, so I'm going to do this based on the wheels that I have and give you the information that I know about them. Start with my hardest wheels and kind of make my way down to the softest wheels I have. So these are Jukes. These are 97, which is, the 97 is kind